Hi, in this video I'm going to demonstrate how to do a full in-person Reiki treatment. To begin, we're going to rest your hand on your client's shoulder and ask them to take 3 deep breaths with you. You want to get your breathing in sync. Breathing in and release. Deep breath in. This helps to ground and relax your client. And breathe out. One more nice deep breath in. And release. Very nice. You always want to stay in contact with the client once you've begun your treatment. We're going to begin at the head. So my thumbs are just on her third eye chakra and my hands are on either side of her temples for position 1. And here we slide down so the hands cup the ears for position 2. Now we're going to turn the head, slide your hand underneath, turn it back, so you can position the other hand there so your fingers are touching the base of the skull, the medulla oblongata. It's a very nurturing position for the client. We're gently going to lift the head and release. Not very high, just enough so that they're feeling the weight of their head in your hands. And one more. Very nice. And release. Now we're going to bring these hands to target the throat chakra. So your fingertips are together and your hands are cupped. Then we move to the heart chakra. I like to double up here. So I'm targeting the heart chakra, but I'm not placing my hands right on their body. You could have clearance beforehand and see if your client is comfortable with having a light touch where it's appropriate, but always respecting their privacy. From here we're going to move to the shoulders, cupping the shoulders with both hands. Then we move down. Just do the same with the elbow. Come around the wrist, holding the wrist in their hands. And then for the hand, you're going to rest their hand on yours and close the fingers and the thumb and hold this position for 5 minutes. Gently release. And you come back to the other side. Again, shoulders, elbow, wrist, and hand. And then you're done with the arms. You come back to the torso. You're going to work in the field here. If it was a man, you might want to put your hands right on her body, but as a woman, I'm just respecting her privacy and working in the field. Then we come to the solar chakra, just where the ribs meet. We move down to the belly button. And then the sacral chakra, a couple of inches below the belly button. And finally, the root chakra, aligned with the tailbone. Then we come back. You can rest your hands on either side of her ribs to target the internal organs. You would hold that for 5 minutes, and doing so on the other side as well. Exactly the same, resting your hands between the ribs and the hips. To close off the torso, place one hand pointing up on her ribs, on her hips, and the other pointing down. We've now sealed off the torso. We're coming down to the knees. And again, just exactly the same as you did with the elbows and the wrists. So we're just treating the knee, treating the ankle. You would do so on the other side. You can walk around, or if you can reach around to do so. And the ankles. Then we come down to the feet. And you can even just drape the cloth across their feet if they're barefoot. And same as you did with the hands, you want your palm of your hand down the sole of their feet and enclose the toes with your other hand. Holding for 5 minutes, you would do both feet. And then in conclusion, you would draw the energy down and shake 3 times. So this has all taken you at least a half hour. It could be about an hour in total to an hour and a half, depending on your level of Reiki. So now you're going to come back up and ask your client, tell her it's time to turn over now. remembering you're responsible for her health and safety. So she might be a little bit woozy or unsteady. Are you okay? Everything good?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So now you're going to continue, and if you were doing level 2 Reiki, this would be the place where you would add the Shokure. But you'll learn more about that with the next level. So now we're coming back to the shoulders. Just simply one hand across each shoulder. And then moving down slightly. Hands are now lengthwise. We're going to come back to the ribs, placing the hands beside each other to target those internal organs. And we would do so on both sides. We close off the back by laying one hand along the spine and the other hand on top to make a T. We've now closed off the torso. We're going to focus once again on the base chakra or the root chakra, the tailbone. We come back down to the knees and resting your hands. And we just had 2 dragonflies light on her, so that's good luck for sure. Come down to the ankles. You're wanting to stay connected. They're head to head. And now once again, just to cover those toes. So here's where you can actually do a complete Reiki treatment simply by focusing on the soles of the feet. But now we want to start to bring her back. So you can, if you know reflexology, you could do some reflexology points, or just squeezing and releasing those toes just to help her come back and get grounded and centered once again. And then you would come back to talk to your client and say, all right, that concludes your treatment. And there's no rush. Give them a minute to get up. I always like to have a drink of water waiting for them. So I would make sure, and how do you feel?
Good,
You
thank
feeling
you.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you happen to have a malachite crystal, this would be a good stone to just rub over the back. It absorbs any negative energy. But even without that, you just want to make sure she's centered and feeling comfortable. And then you can just gently assist her back off of the table. And there you have it. There is your full, complete, in-person Reiki treatment. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here next video real soon. Bye for now.